in one of the airplanes. Just as we were about to do a loop-de-loop, I said to the pilot, "Hey, how come you're wearing a parachute and I'm not?" He said, "Well, they need me." That went over so well, 2 weeks later we went down to the San Diego Naval Station. The Navy rolled out the red carpet. In fact, they assigned us our own ensign to show us around. Now, you know what an ensign is. Well, for you civilians out there, compared to the other branches, an ensign is a second lieutenant who can swim. And most people don't realize this, but modern-day aircraft carriers can generate 200,000 horsepower, but the Navy doesn't take any chances. In case of a power failure, they also carry 24 pairs of oars. Ooh, okay, now we were on a roll. After that, we went to a Marine base, Camp Roberts in Northern California, to do a show for the Marines there. Now, folks, I believe that all of our troops are very strong and brave, but you Marines out there will probably attest to this. The Marines pride themselves in being tough. Yeah, there you go. In fact, their motto is Semper Fidelis, which means, just nail it back on, Doc, I'll be fine. Those Marines are so tough that the mosquitoes at Camp Pendleton carry meat tenderizer. Well, one thing was becoming very obvious. Soldiers and sailors are the greatest audiences in the world. I met one young kid in the Army. He told me he just loved being in the service, being in the Army. Where else can you sleep till 4 in the morning? And reveille is just the Army's way of saying, the birds aren't sleeping any later than you are. But you meet some interesting characters there. The most fearless guy I ever met was a pilot in the U.S. Coast Guard. Now, we were on a mission. Oh, well, actually, he was taking me from Santa Monica, California, over to Hickam Field in Honolulu. Now, halfway to Hawaii, the pilot looked at me, and we were on a C-54 Skymaster. Now, for you civilians out there, the C-54 was an airplane with 4 propeller engines. Well, about halfway to Honolulu, the pilot looked at me and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, we have just lost our #1 engine. Now, this type of thing happens, but it will now delay our flight by 1 hour. 15 minutes later, he looked at me again. He said, "Ooh, I'm sorry to tell you, we have just lost our #2 engine. This type of thing happens, but it will now delay our flight by 2 hours. I said, "Well, hey, can we afford to lose those other 2 engines? He said, "Oh, gosh, I hope not. If that happens, we might be up here all day." All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are ready. Would you please stand as we charge your glasses for the toast?
To the Emperor of Japan, comply.
The Japan Self-Defense Force, comply.
Next, to the Armed Force of the United States. Comply. President of the United States of America. Comply.
I have a toast to the USO. Comply.
A toast to our USO Japan honorees. Kampai.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be